What up, guys? So I'm talking about the new reroll comp that is new to this patch. So you guys don't know, they end up buffing Swain, they buff Cassiopeia, and they end up buffing Samira. So basically your opener for this game is a lot stronger than it used to be. So for this comp, most of the time you want to play from tempo and not like from behind, because this comp is not like Kale where Kale you lose streak. This comp you usually want to win streak early game, or at least like not be too low, and you also want a good opener. So in my opinion, best Samira is gonna be Giant Slayer, blue buff, and then any damage item is okay after that. I think personally the best is gonna be Guard Breaker and Gunblade or something like that. But it doesn't really matter what your items are Samira, as long as you have tempo early game. You just want to reroll for Samira 3. You want to reroll for Cassiopeia 3. So this is your ideal level 3 board. On level 4, you're going to want to add Challengers with Warwick. Then you're going to want to add Darius on 5. And then once you hit on level 4 and level 5, you roll for Cassiopeia and Samira. Once you 3-star them, you want to play 6 Noxus on level 7 with Katarina and Kled. Okay, so once you're at level 7 and you finally have your board, you have two options. Either you push level 9 to play around legendaries, or you go for Darius 3 and you go for Katarina 3. If you have Darius items, I'd recommend rolling for Darius 3, Katarina 3, because that is a win con. Just Cassiopeia 3 and Samira 3 alone is usually not enough to win. But also, if you have Cassiopeia items as well, you can also stack Cassiopeia. But usually that's pretty hard because you need more tiers. But best in slot Cassiopeia is also just blue buff and more AP items. But I wouldn't prio Cassiopeia. I'd prio Samira first, then Cassiopeia, and then Darius. Darius, you guys all know the best is like just like BT Titans and damage items in general. And ideally, you want to play this, or you just go fast 9 and jam in the legendaries. But I preferably usually cannot go 9, and I just end up rolling for Katarina and Darius 3, and that's usually my win con. So I'll go over some of the games I played to help you guys learn about the game. So I'll just show you guys 2 games. One I didn't win, and the other one I won. So this game, I was Samira in a tier opener. So I was really looking to just like kind of play Samira, because one of the best spots to play Samira is when you have a tier. And this one's all Scuttle Pole, so you have a lot of gold. Also, we gotta drop the Swain. So this is like an ideal example of when you want to play it. You have a Swain opener who just got buffed, Samira who just got buffed. In my opinion, there's like an ideal opener, Scuttle Puddle with an Econ opener. So like here off Carousel, I will be looking for probably blue buff if possible. Also, I do think Inconsistency is pretty good with this comp because, whatchamacallit? A lot of times, like my board, you're going to win, lose. Yeah, my board looks like bad. You think I'm not just a lose streak, but I think this board will actually win against some boards just because Swain and Samira Nox opener right now is just so strong in this patch. So basically, we're just going to force Samira. I'll show you guys a non-Scuttle Puddle opener as well after this, so you can see like less gold. So here, I'm looking for tier to finish off the blue buff. Also, it doesn't matter how many tiers you get, because the more tiers you get, you put on Cassiopeia for a second blue buff, if possible. And I'm getting a Swain pair. I decided to roll here a little bit because of inconsistency value if we hit. And we're not really hitting, apparently. I think rolling 30 is fine, especially because of inconsistency. Normally, you would not roll here. You just roll above 50. But I was like, I have inconsistency. How bad can it be? Apparently pretty bad. Basically lost all my gold for my Econ opener that I had. So it was just kind of wasted, kind of thing. But we got our items. So we got blue buff. Honestly, I would say this opener is on slightly worse side because everyone has gold because it's Scuttle Puddle. And we've rolled a lot and we still have Samira 1, which is actually like insane. I'm only rolling here because of inconsistency, or else I wouldn't even roll. And the amount of the roll here was, I think, like probably too much. I probably just like 4 lost it and not cared about it. But I was like, you know, I was 1 off. How hard can it be? Hit 1 Samira, you know, and we'd stop. Or I also had Swain pair as well. A lot of pairs. And we end up 4 lose streak with inconsistency. But I do think it's fine. Just because we have a blue buff, which is the most important thing, in my opinion, in this comp. So items here, I would just slam Giant Slayer. I don't know, I probably won't slam Warmogs. I don't know if I feel about Warmog slam. Warmog's not that good in this comp, in my opinion, just because he has so much HP. And if I'm not shrinking anyways, it's like whatever. So usually I roll to like, I probably think I roll to 30 here is ideal. What did I roll to? Did I roll 20? I might roll 20. I sometimes roll 20. Honestly, I'm not rolling 4. Oh wait, I'm rolling so deep. Am I close to something? Honestly, it's actually more fine because I have Lee Sin. Normally the best legend for this, my opinion, is probably be Ornn or Lee Sin, or honestly anything you want. I would not recommend ever rolling 0 here if you're not Lee Sin though, because Lee Sin allows you to roll deeper because you have Legend Eco, and I'm 1 off, as we see here. We're 1 off, we just hit. So now I can, like, it doesn't matter as much because the Lee Sin will just like finish it off and I get gold back. And I think it's fine also to roll a true zero because also just guys remember, just because temple comp as well, if you have a rough opener, you're gonna have a rough time usually. Just because a lot of times you just don't win out. If you don't hit Darius 3, counter 3, you won't win out. So I end up taking the lesser, and we end up hitting it as well, the SAMIRA naturally. So we get Cassiopeia and we get SAMIRA, which is ideal. What should we got here? That's actually really good because being able to put a second blue buff on Cassiopeia is actually like ideal as well. So there's also Scuttle Puddle, so we are on the weaker side because everyone also is this tempo. But Scuttle Puddle usually want to hit like really early. I'll go for tier here, blue buff Cassiopeia. I'm actually kind of surprised losing so many rounds with this board. I mean, it's only because it's Scuttle Puddle, so everyone was like level 7, I guess. And everyone's infinite, so it's like high tempo. So our board is slightly worse than you guys think it is. Just because it's Scuttle Puddle. Here, I'd probably recommend making Trap Claw or Guard Breaker because I do think it's best. Level 7, getting 6 Noctis. Our board is finally online. We are in whatchamacallit place. And basically, this game's played out. Like, it's a real comp. You roll 1 cost. It's played out. We got there to our comp. I'm probably going to make Spark here. Honestly, Def Cap is actually not that good in this comp because you do have so much flat AP. So I do think Spark is slightly better. So here I have the option. Do I go for Darius 3, Katarina 3, or do I level? And honestly, in this spot, I feel like we are so far off both that also we were contested this game. I just realized that we were contested apparently. Oh, that's not good. Nowhere enemy is probably the best here. Nowhere enemy, just like good augment in general. Take it. Holy shit, we're 41. I top 4 this game, by the way. And I would consider this game like not the best, especially like a loose streak opener. Hitting on like 0 gold in Scuttle Puddle, and you need to take lesser Nico. Only because it's Scuttle Puddle. Alright, so here we end up hitting everything 2-starred, and I'm just like praying to God we go like top 5. And I mean the game's played out. There's literally like nothing left to do in this spot. There's like literally nothing left to learn at all or review. Like we ended up streaking. We let go 8 because we're too far off Darius this game. Because we also have no items, so... Oh, wait, when you have no items on Darius or Katarina, it's probably better just to level as soon as possible. And it's like... But usually this comp never wins. If you don't have Darius 3 or like 2-star 5 costs, you just won't win. So you can see we're just like... End at like 36, we're gonna fall off a cliff. We went 9. We only could go 9 this game with a Scuttle Puddle, but... Yeah, we're gonna probably just get rolled by everyone. And we just die in 4th. But, like... So basically, ideally, you want to hit like a little earlier if you're Scuttle Puddle. And also, like, usually not tempoing with this comp, you're just gonna not place too high. Because, like, full lose Noxus in a tempo comp especially, it's gonna be rough. Alright, I'm gonna skip to another game where I went first. As you can see, we tempoed. I mean, we hit like the best augment possible in the game, which was this thing. Also, you can see here, this is I think it was a 5 item opener Galaxy. So you guys see, we went Gunblade, Trap Claw, or Guard Breaker, so the items don't matter that much. I was debating if I wanted to agree for blue buff or Sojin. I was shrieking, so I ended up making Sojin instead. But I do think blue buff is usually better in general. My internet crashed somehow. Alright. So we just open. This is a good opener. It's same comp, so it's the same exact situation. In this game, I think I was like I had Titans. Also, like with these augments, I probably also like if I'm in a spot to roll for Darius, I have a Titans on him with like Cybernetic 3. I'm probably gonna roll for Darius 3, even though I'm so far off. But I got enough HP, enough tempo, and you also gotta see items don't matter that much. I don't know, my internet's like bugging out a bit. Huh. That's not good. Okay. Okay. Well, basically, I don't know what's going on. But basically, I went first that game, and I didn't have like the best in slot items. I had Sojin, I had Guardbreaker, and I had Gunblade. I just claimed what I had. And we ended up getting more Darius items. And whatchamacallit? We ended up going first. I'll just show you my endgames board on level 7. Because we rerolled for Darius 3 and Katarina 3, we ended up hitting. That's ideally how you win the game. I mean, usually don't be level 7. But yeah, we ended up winning this game. Everything 3-starred. And yeah, that's just like 2 examples of the comp. Poggle business.